That's right. My name is Dan. Taxation Is Theft Behrman. And a lot of people ask me, one, why do you wear a big yellow hat that says taxation is theft all over it? Especially if you're running for president. Well, the reality is we hear a lot of promises from politicians, and sometimes they sound really good and then they turn out to be lies. And this right here is a campaign promise. So I can guarantee you when I get into office, I'm not going to be able to say, I never said taxation is theft. That's not going to fly. And tonight I actually also have on End the Drug War. Woo! Yes. All right. I guess you guys like drugs more than you hate taxes.
No. Both equally.
War, okay. So the other question is, have I legally changed my middle name to Taxation Is Theft?
Yes.
Yes? Yes, have I, or yes is the question?
Yes, you have.
Yes, I have. Okay, you get it. But I didn't go to the court and say, excuse me, can I please change my middle name to Taxation Is Theft? Why? Because free men don't ask for permission. My middle name is lawfully and legally changed by declaration because I said so, and it's filed with the FEC that way. So, with your help, in 2020, I will be on the ballot in all 50 states as Dan Taxation Is Theft Behrman. So let me tell you a little bit about me, because we've all kind of been down a journey, right? We all kind of got here. We went through different philosophies of politics. I grew up in California. It was a very blue state. So, you know, all the social issues and everything. When I was a kid, I remember asking my mom, why doesn't the government just print more money and feed all the homeless? It's an easy answer. Problem solved. That's kind of where I came from. And it was around 2007 where I starting a business, and then I saw, like, okay, there's all these taxes. What are they paying for? They're paying for war. We were at war with Afghanistan and Iraq. All after 9/11, which, like, wait, Iraq? What did that have to do with 9/11? So this didn't make any sense to me. And I was like, you know what? This is all Bush's fault. It's the Republicans. I'm going to vote for a Democrat because he's promising change. So I voted for Obama in 2008. I know, I'm sorry. I was young and I didn't know what I was doing. So shortly after that, I actually saw someone driving around with a Ron Paul sticker, and I was like, who's that guy? I never heard of him.
Yeah.
So it didn't take me long to realize that Obama wasn't really the anti-war president that I thought he was. He wasn't the for the people person that I thought he was, because I was still getting taxed like crazy. And so I started looking for other things, and I started following Ron Paul, and I started learning about a lot of interesting conspiracy theories. And I started learning about the Tea Party when they were just about taxes and how much they suck. And around that time, I got robbed by the IRS and also by the California Franchise Tax Board, which I've talked to a lot of tax attorneys over the years, and they actually hate the California Franchise Tax Board more than they hate the IRS. That's how bad California is. And so I was kind of like, okay, Republican, I can do this. They say they're for small taxes and all this other stuff. They're kind of for war, but we can maybe change that. We can fix it from the inside. So I supported Ron Paul because he was anti-war. And then I saw what they did to him in 2012. That can't stand. I can't support the guy they were running. I don't even know who it was anymore. That's how much that mattered to me. It was all about Ron Paul, and that's all I cared about. So after that, I found the Libertarian Party. Now, they were kind of hiding under a rock. I had to go find them. They didn't find me, which is kind of a grudge that I've been holding against the party. We need to be out there. We need to be out there noticeable with big yellow hats that say taxation is theft so people can find us. Because some people are looking for an alternative to the two parties, and they don't know we exist. Why is that? So I supported Gary Johnson, and then there were a series of events where I eventually said, hey, I can't really support this guy either. He had a lot of really good points, and he was a libertarian, and I fully support the Libertarian Party, and we are an awesome party. We have some amazing people with some amazing ideas. But I saw that these ideas are never going to go anywhere if we don't have the right strategy. So I started thinking, what's the right strategy? How can we do this? How can we make a change? How can we bring this philosophy to people so that they'll understand it and they'll get it, and a huge amount of people are going to finally say, yes, I love that. And so that's what I'm creating. Now, I've seen a lot of candidates, and they have some really great things to say, but they don't have the strategy down. And I've seen some candidates that have the strategy down, but they don't really have the greatest things to say. So this is why I couldn't just sit by and wait for another election cycle to go by with something that I didn't believe in by somebody who didn't know how to present it. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing differently. Now, we've got a lot of problems. We've got a drug war, which makes absolutely no sense. Some people in one state are making millions of dollars selling a plant, which is wonderful, and the same plant is being sold in the state right next door, and people are going to prison for decades. It doesn't make any sense. And it's just a plant that doesn't hurt anybody. What's wrong with that? We have government that's going around taxing us at enormous rates. They're taking all of our money. We can't start a business because we need millions of dollars to start. We need licenses. We need all these other things that government is going to say, no, you can't even register the domain name until you've got this. That's an exaggeration. But government is doing all these things to us. And I started thinking, how is this possible? Like, if so many people are so dissatisfied with government, how does this happen? How did we get here? And then I started to realize we actually have the government that the people want. Doesn't make sense, but that's what it is. See, people are getting what they want, but it's that thing, be careful what you wish for. People see on one side, those people over there, I'm told I should hate them by this politician, and I'm told they're going to take something away from me. So I need a big, powerful government that can silence those people. Now, these people over here are saying, those people want to silence me, and they want to take my things away. So I need a big, powerful government to show them who's boss. So both sides are saying we need a big, powerful government, and that's exactly what they're getting. They just don't realize that the politicians that are organizing all of this are all on the same team, and they're dragging us all through the dirt. So the reality is, how do we change this? We have to come up with a strategy that's acceptable to everybody. We have to understand what government's role is so that we can say, hey, look, you're going to benefit from this plan. Everybody. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. If this plan is right, if this is good for everybody, it's going to be good for you. And we have to figure out exactly what that is. And that's what I've been working on. And it's working. I've got hardcore Democratic Bernie Sanders socialists who are supporting my plans. I've got far-right, hardcore Republicans who are supporting my platform because they get it. If you stop, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. What does government sell us whenever they want to sell us some new program? Fear. You have to be afraid of this. You have to be afraid of that. Here, buy into my program. Vote for me. I'll solve all your problems. That's what they do. But if we say, look, there's nothing to be afraid of, and in fact, here's a better plan that if we implement it, would actually benefit you better, and you don't have to worry about the other side blocking it because they have nothing to lose from this plan. Why wouldn't you go with this plan instead of some harebrained scheme that is never going to get passed because the other side is going to hate it? So this is what we need to do, and this is the change that we need to do in our platform to get people to really accept this. And until we change how people think and what they want, libertarians aren't going to get elected at the major scale. We're able to do it in small cities in where we don't need so many people to vote and where we can influence a lot of people and we can show them these things. And where there are very small issues that are very close to a particular city or a region, it's easier. And we have had great success with that. But if we change this strategy and stop trying to stop trying to campaign the same way the Democrats and the Republicans are, we can actually be a lot more successful. And through my campaign so far, this has been proven to work, and it's awesome. So I want to ask you, are you free? Or are you waiting for some politician to tell you you're free?
I'm free.
Anybody else?
We're all free. I'm free. It's supposed to be free.
All right, let's stop asking for permission.
It's supposed to be free. It's supposed to be free.
Well, are you supposed to be free? Or are you waiting for someone else to tell you you're free?
No, I'm not waiting.
So you're free?
Free.
All right. So we need to get this message across to as many people as we can, and that's what this campaign is all about. I don't care if it takes me until the end of November 2020. I don't care if I get the nomination or not. I don't care if I win the election or not. I don't care if I have to keep doing this for 10 or 20 years into the future. I'm going to keep doing this because this is what's right. This is the type of government that we need. This is how government needs to treat people. We need government to understand that we are not government property. Government, those are our servants. They work for us. We hire them, we pay them, we tell them what to do. They don't tell us what to do. And we need to get that message across. And people are willing to accept that as much as we think they're not. They are willing to accept that as long as they can see that that's actually going to make their life happier, healthier, and more prosperous. And that's how we're going to win this. And I'm going to make sure you guys get your 2%.